All right, my next guest was a record-shattering college and NFL running back. Now, an actor, an author, an entrepreneur, and he's helping others tackle new chapters in their lives. Would you please welcome the co-star of the recent Tim Tebow-produced movie, Run the Race. He's a Heisman Trophy winner, Eddie George. I want you to know, Eddie, these suck-ups over here, Kelly Back and Trey Corley in the band.
They're not suck-ups.
Yeah, they are.
I like their wardrobe. Don't you like the jersey, the 27?
Yeah.
Who else? Who you got on the back? Marcus Mariota, very nice, very fitting. I like that. Thank you for the love.
You're an amazing guy, Eddie. I mean, I get the football stuff, Heisman Trophy, that is like pretty amazing in itself. First-round draft pick. Play those seasons in the NFL, Pro Bowler, all those great things about football. But what amazes me, you go from that to singing, dancing, acting,
yes.
Doing a movie. I mean, that's a big step. Where does all that come from inside of you?
I did it through my 3 E's, like I'll say, not Eddie, Eddie, Eddie. It's entrepreneurship, entertainment, and education. And I went back and got my master's in business from Kellogg School of Business. I studied acting, and that was a great way for me to take a lot of the pent-up frustration, anger, fear, doubt, and channel it through the voice of a character, or even my writing. It was therapeutic, it was cathartic for me. And it just led me down this path of getting on stage and performing. You
know, Eddie, what your story is about, though, wonderful marriage.
Yes.
Stable family, entrepreneurial activity, very successful business and endeavors that you've done that have done very well. What was inside of you? Because something sparked differently than a lot of NFL players who never can find themselves after the NFL career.
Well, football and my accolades was just a platform. Now it's time to build on that platform into the next thing that I'm doing now. So I believe that everybody has the capability of having 6 or 7 different careers in one lifetime. It's possible. You just have to have the tenacity, the perseverance, and the willingness and the courage to go out there and pursue it. And it's not going to be easy. You know, my first time on stage was not a good one. I'll never forget it. It was like this. And we were doing God's Trombones by James Weldon Johnson. I was doing The Creation. My monologue was Judgment Day, but in the beginning of the show was Creation. So it was an ensemble piece. Everybody has their own part, telling their own parts about creation. My lines were, and God himself stepped down with the sun in his right hand, the moon in his left, the stars clustered above his head, and the earth under his feet. When God walked, he trode, hollowed the valleys out and bowls the mountains up. That's what I was supposed to say.
And you did it very well, by the way, very well.
But here's the part. So it's a lot going on stage. There's music, there's the drums. You got some drums back there?
Yeah.
Give me some drums, right?
All right.
So there was drums going, right? And the creation of the world is happening. Yeah, there you go. And there's the sun, the dancers, streamers going. And I come down center stage, and I feel the heat of the lights, much like this. And I look out in the audience, and I see my wife with her arms folded, like really fearful, and hopefully he gets these lines out. And I see my ex-teammates like, okay, let's see this, Denzel. We want to see how you can act now. And I feel the drums, and the drums go just a little bit quiet. And I say, and God himself stepped down with the sun in his right hand, the moon in his left. The sky is blue. The earth is round. Their animals are in the pasture, and God said, that's good, and walked off the stage. That was it.
Hey, you recovered. In fact, you recovered so much that recently Tim Tebow put a movie together called Run the Race. We've got a little clip of it. We're going to watch it, and we'll talk about it. Here we go.
I mean, Eddie's, you know, he's an Ohio State Buckeye, but he's wearing Florida Gator gear. So that's pretty special right there in itself that I got Eddie George to put on Florida gear.
The only reason he got me on the set was to put me in a Florida Gator hat. But, you know, that was my character.
Yeah.
I was playing a coach, and as an actor, I have to submit to what is called for the character. So I wasn't Eddie George, I was Coach Simmons. And Coach Simmons was not a Buckeye. So that's my character.
Okay, I got to ask you, if you were talking to a kid just getting drafted into the NFL now, because some of them did right here in Nashville a few weeks ago, what advice would you give them as they move out of college and they see these dollar signs and all this hoopla that's happening? What would you pull them aside and just whisper in there and tell them?
Don't be deceived that money is going to solve everything. You know, you should not have a plan B, have a total plan A. Don't fall back to anything, move forward to something. So begin this journey with the end in mind. How does that look for you? Is it an NFL Hall of Famer career? How do you plan on leveraging this brand into something else as a businessman, as an entrepreneur? Because you have a unique platform. So, you know, begin to identify what your passions and talents are and cultivate those things and surround yourself with the right people. That's easier said than done.
Yeah.
You have to go some growing pains to get there, but seek that out and seek out the proper counsel, but begin this journey with the end in mind.
You're an amazing guy because you've done so many different things that don't necessarily connect together, and you've done them successfully. I just wonder if there's something out there in the future, all these things you've done well, you're going to run for public office someday.
You know, we can always use great leaders with diverse backgrounds.
Yeah.
And if I'm called to do that, I'm going to wear that hat and go put my best foot forward in that. But if not, I'm continue to do Broadway.
It's a lot safer. I think you'll enjoy it more. Eddie George, great having you here.
Thanks for having me.
All right, pick up Eddie and Tamara George's book. It's a great book for couples. It's called Married for Real on Amazon. Every couple needs a little help in their marriage. And also remember the movie, Run the Race. It's going to be available very soon for you to own. Pre-order your copy and see more at runtheracemovie.com. Learn more about all of Eddie's great projects at eddiegeorge.com.